Hello dear students, in this video I'll discuss about flood routing. Flood routing is the technique of determining the flood hydrograph at a section of a river by utilizing the data of flood flow at one or more upstream sections. Flood routing is used in establishing the height of flood peak at a downstream location in short-term flood forecasting. Second is in estimating the protection that would result from construction of a reservoir. Third point, in determining required levee heights for flood protection. Fourth is in determining the adequacy of spillways. Fifth is in predicting the behavior of a river after a change in channel conditions, and the sixth one is in the derivation of synthetic unit graphs. Flood routing. This may be divided into two basic types, namely reservoir routing and the channel routing. Reservoir routing. In reservoir routing, the effect of a flood wave entering a reservoir is studied. Knowingly, the volume and elevation characteristic of a reservoir and the outflow and elevation relationship for the spillways and other outlet structures in the reservoir. The effect of a flood wave entering the reservoir is studied to predict the variations of reservoir elevation and outflow discharge with time. This form of reservoir routing is essential in the design of the capacity of spillways and other reservoir outlet structures, and in the location and sizing of the capacity of reservoirs to meet specific requirements. Let I be the inflow into a reservoir, Q be the outflow from reservoir, S be the storage in the reservoir. The formula, you can see the continuity equation in the differential form for the reservoir is I minus Q is equal to ds by dt. Alternatively, I dash delta t minus Q dash delta t is equal to delta S, where I dash is the average inflow rate in a small time interval delta t. And Q dash is the average of outflow rate in the same time interval. Delta S is the corresponding change in the storage of the reservoir during the same time interval. In suffixes 1 and 2 are used to denote a given quantity at the beginning and the end of the time interval, and if the inflow and outflow have straight line variation within the time interval, then the above equation can be written as it is given in the on the screen. You can see for example I and Q are expressed in cubic meter per second, delta T in days, then the storage must be expressed in the cubic days. Next is channel routing. Channel routing. In channel routing, the change in the shape of the hydrograph as it travels down a channel is studies by considering a channel reach and at input hydrograph at the upstream end. This form a routing aims to predict the flood hydrograph at various sections of the reach. Information on the flood peak attenuation and the duration of high water levels obtained by channel routing is of utmost importance in flood forecasting operations and flood protection works. The specific length of a stream channel between the upstream section where the hydrograph is known and the downstream section where the hydrograph is to be determined is called a channel reach. Okay, I'll continue the next topic in the next session. Thank you.